Well, I want you to think back at how many years it took to get that particular animal that you were hunting on the ground. Was it your first outing, or did it take 10 plus years? This week on Outdoor Nation TV, we're going to be covering me hunting elk. We find out third time is no longer the charm. Opening day of Montana rifle season. Outdoor Nation Expo is out here. We're all sporting our good looking orange hats. There's no editing involved in this if I kill the same bull. That's a real good feeling. I hadn't ever been able to do that on a elk. Wow.
America, the world's ultimate refuge for freedom and opportunity. But currently we find ourselves divided, deeply divided. Lines dividing race, politics, and religion have been drawn deep. And social media is running the show. Some claim our best days are behind us. But in the outdoors, none of that matters. Here everyone is welcome. In the outdoors, we truly are one nation. This season, Outdoor Nation will tackle difficult topics threatening to divide the outdoor community and gather insight from local professionals on how to bring us together. So welcome to our show. We love our country. We love the outdoors. We're proud to be called Americans. We are one.
This is so incredible.
We prayed about it and everything, and I'm so happy he walked out. You're watching Outdoor Nation TV.
Well, growing up in Oklahoma all my life, my opinion is that whitetail is king in Oklahoma when it comes to big game. And there is some opportunities at elk in the northwestern part of the state, and there's draw opportunities in Wichita Mountains. But more or less, elk are kind of hard to come by in Oklahoma. So my dream has always been to travel out west in search of one of the biggest, most elusive game you could hunt for a guy from Oklahoma, and that's the bull elk. Well, many years ago, I had the opportunity to go to Colorado to an outfitter and hunt elk. After much anticipation on this hunt and thinking I had it in the bag, I come up way empty-handed. Fast forward to the end of the hunt that week, never had the opportunity to even see an elk. And so, first year in the books, but I'm not giving up yet. The second year, I was going back to Colorado, but this time public land. And if you can kind of anticipate what's going to happen here, public land has its difficulties. But just know that my second year elk hunting was spent in the mountains in Colorado, public land, with some good friends, good times, laughter, everything else. But year number 2 and year number 3, it's a big swing and a miss. So for the 4th year, I'm going big or going broke. Whoa.
Have you heard anything I've said today?
Fire Lake gives back to the Salvation Army in weekly donations, which help us feed over 36,000 people a year.
Fire Lake gives back to Team Zoo. We have children within the Shawnee community that would not be able to play youth athletics, including soccer, if it weren't for Fire Lake Grocery.
Fire Lake gives back with receipts for schools, and you should be saving your Fire Lake receipts for a local school.
Fire Lake Discount Foods, your community grocer, making a difference.
You've been on a hell of a ride.
On stage, I joke about I've been out making up these songs and playing them everywhere for 23 years, and in 2017, at 39, 40 years old, I've become an up-and-comer.
Floating in the water, floating in the sky. Never been so broken, never been so high.
Welcome to Shawnee Feed Center. You want muck boots? We got them. You want Carhartt gear? We got them.
Vet supplies.
We got that too. We've got livestock feed that's made here locally since 1906. Dog food, pet food, we got that too. We got tons of it, literally. Seed and fertilizer, we got that too. We have cone seeders, we have discs, we have rototillers. So come and see us here at Shawnee Feed Center. We have everything that you need.
So for the 4th year of elk hunting, I booked a pretty high-end hunt. The hunt come with a 5-star lodge, 5-star meals, personal guide, private ranch in New Mexico. It had a pretty high price tag with it as well. And so I went into that week higher than my previous 3 years combined anticipation levels. And I knew this had to be the year. This had to be the year. I've spent a lot of money on this elk hunt. I was gonna get one down. Well, that couldn't be farther from the truth. The only opportunity that I had at an elk was about 85 yards out, popped out of the trees, immediately wind swirled, hit us at our back and smelt us. The gig was up and he was running for the hills. And so I learned very, very quickly, and I want to pass on to you guys, that the experience, just because you pay top dollar, the experience is not always going to be guaranteed. And so even though this was a private ranch, I was going home empty-handed for 4 years in a row. Well, while I was licking my wounds in New Mexico, Rick and Nicole was bombarding me with text and video of their hunt in Montana. And I got pictures of 300 or 400 elk on the side of a hill, big bulls screaming in her face, and they were just having a heck of a time. So when Rick told me that him and his dad booked for rifle season in Montana for the next year, I jumped on the opportunity, and probably before I got home from New Mexico, had that hunt booked for next year. On our trip to Montana, I struck gold. Rick and I was able just to hop on a plane and head up there in a couple of hours, while Joe volunteered, along with camera guy Matt, to drive all of our gear in his truck up there. Now, I think he likes to drive. He enjoyed it, don't get me wrong. And so when we arrived in Montana, the scenery was breathtaking, the lodge was exceptional, and I can find out within the first 5 minutes of why Rick and Nicole has been going here for 2 years.
Well, we just got here in Montana a few hours ago. Jerred, you ready to kill the curse?
Oh yeah.
Huh? The 4-year curse?
5th time's the charm. 3rd time, that's no more. We're going to do a 5th time the charm.
Sighting in our rifles. See if I can outshoot Jerred real quick here.
We are on the wrong side of the table. I'm going to be on the right side of the table.
It doesn't look like your typical zero-turn mower, because nothing about this mower is typical. You're looking at a zero-turn revolution, the all-new Ultima series from Cub Cadet, independently tested and proven to deliver a best-in-class cut, not to mention a best-in-class warranty to deliver the ultimate peace of mind. Step up to the ultimate all-around mowing experience.
Hank Williams Jr. Are you ready for the contract? Live in concert. It's a family tradition. The Bad Boy. Country boy can survive. Live and loud. Didn't take me long to learn that I was born to boogie. Friday, July 19th, Fire Lake Arena in Shawnee. Reserve seat tickets on sale now at the Fire Lake Arena box office or online at firelakearena.com. Presented by 99.7 Hank FM.
I came to Oklahoma Family Dentistry because I had an ill-fitting partial. I was extremely ashamed of my appearance and my smile. My first visit, I came in tears, and I was reassured by Dr. Hall about how everything was going to be okay. They was going to be able to help me. I just feel beautiful.
I'm Barrett Hall with Oklahoma Family Dentistry. We provide affordable, compassionate care for you and your family.
Why is music important to you?
Music have no color, have no definition. It comes from imagination and it goes to your soul. It flies right where the good stuff is. And I want to be where the good stuff is.
Like a fool, you're on your knees, oh, begging.
Opening day of Montana rifle season. Outdoor Nation Expo is out here. We're all sporting our good looking orange hats that Rick picked up for us.
Nothing like starting the 7-day hunt off with a herd of, I'm gonna say 300, I'm guessing. When there's so many like that, it's kind of hard to tell. But
Yeah, that's he's by himself.
Our guide Vern had the elk located, but shortly after we got there, it turned into a crazy Western rodeo of a hunt. Not for us, but for everybody else. You know, we were hunting right on the edge of public ground, and that morning I got to witness a crazy, crazy slew of events. We had people trying to herd this group of 400 elk to where they wanted to go with trucks and every other means they had necessary. They were running in front of them and cutting them off, and they ran them onto the public land off of the ranch we were hunting and commenced to just jumping out of their trucks and shooting like it was World War III.
Oh my God. Look at him, he's kneeling down. You're about to hear a shot. Several of them kneeled down.
That Western style crazy rodeo hunt made us go south to a different part of the ranch to try to get on these elk.
Somehow the herd has been turned around again, and we are racing over to try to get
Hot pursuit
on the east side of Hayhook where they are headed.
Yep.
So, hold on. Dad's got hold of the old crap bar.
I ain't got to hold nothing.
Got two fat guys squeezing in.
Yeah. I ain't going nowhere. With the elk population in Montana being as high as it is, it did not take long. Later that morning, our guide Vern said there's a group just a little bit smaller right over the hill. Before we went on this hunt, our guide Vern told us we need to be able to shoot 400 yards with our rifles. I practiced before we left for the hunt, so I knew exactly where my gun was hitting at 400 yards. Problem is, when Vern ranged those elk, the bull that I was going to shoot was at 516. And I thought, well, that bullet's probably going to drop another 12 inches or so. And so I was ready to take the shot, and I had my crosshairs settled to get the first opportunity at my first ever elk.
Ready? Yeah. Wait. Cow. Ready?
When that shot went off and you could see the vapor trail of the bullet and the dirt fly up at his feet, my heart just sank. Here I am, 5 years to try to get an opportunity at my first ever elk, and I got one.
They're on the other property, unfortunately. We're just gonna have to let them be for this morning. And what a morning.
A lot of action.
Montana. There was some crazy stuff that you might see or might not see. We might have to turn it over as evidence, but wow, what a morning. Got 6.5 days left. We're gonna meet up with Rick and his dad, Joe, and head back to the truck.
More than likely, these elk behind us they've settled down quite a bit, and they're probably gonna end up in the hayfield out here this afternoon. So we'll just peel out of here and let them settle down, go have a sandwich, relax for a little while, and come back before dark.
He is about 200 yards to my left over here and has barked at us non-stop for 30 minutes. I don't know if we can shoot him or not. You know, different states are different, but we haven't seen any elk. Seen lots of antelope. The sun is going down. We've only got about 15 minutes left of shooting light. And so that probably is going to conclude our first day. Hopefully tomorrow we can get a little bit closer and the other hunters don't act so crazy. You gotta be hearing that, don't you?
stage, I joke about I've been out making up these songs and playing them everywhere for 23 years, and in 2017, at 39, 40 years old, I've become an up-and-comer.
Floating in the water, floating in the sky. Never been so broken, never been so high.
Make plans now to attend the Fire Lake Firefly Balloon Festival, coming August 9th and 10th to Shawnee, Oklahoma. It's free and open to the public. There'll be 25 balloons filling the skies, plus balloon glows Friday and Saturday nights. Balloon rides available for purchase, plus there'll be live music, food trucks, retail vendors, and lots of family-friendly entertainment and fun. Coming to Shawnee, Oklahoma, August 9th and 10th. For more information, log on to FireLakeBalloonFest.com.
Experience the traditions and history of the Potawatomi people at the Citizen Potawatomi Nation's Cultural Heritage Center. Its 11 galleries tell an in-depth story of the tribe, from early oral traditions and pre-European contact to removal and modern Potawatomi history. After touring, stop by the gift shop to browse original works by Native American artists, handmade jewelry, unique home decor, accessories, and more. The origins, traditions, and history of the Potawatomi people await you at the Citizen Potawatomi Nation's Cultural Heritage Center.
Morning number 2, I don't think I had to set an alarm clock because I was up and ready to go. From the first day seeing all them elk, I knew that it was just a matter of time before we had another opportunity. Round 2, day 2.
Round 2, yep.
Mr. Vern just galloped up to the top of the hill to see where these elk were. We spotted them earlier and we're going to move in on them.
Going after, really, it sounds like the same bull from yesterday maybe, right? I mean, we don't know for sure.
They're starting to all look the same.
Second chance.
We'll call it that way anyway. Yeah. There's no editing involved in this if I kill the same bull. Minutes go by, an hour goes by, an hour and a half, and I turn to Vern and say, what's your record of laying here waiting for an elk to stand up? And he said something like 3 or 4 hours. And I said, well, I hope we don't break that record. He says they're 560 yards. But I did a calculation that night and knew exactly where my bullet was going past 500 yards. And I knew my bullet drop, and all it was a matter of time to wait for my bull that I'd picked out to stand up.
Get ready, get ready. Ready.
There he goes, he's going down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back up.
I can't.
Hey,
I got it.
Hey, back up.
I got a crack on my leg. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm going to put out a little disclaimer here. When that elk hit the ground, a rush of emotions and adrenaline went through my entire body. At the same time, I jumped up and got the biggest cramp in my leg that I had ever gotten. And I'm trying everything in my power to get back on the ground in prone position to get another shot of this elk because I don't want him to get away.
We know the ballistics on that. That's what we were looking at my phone. The last dot was 560. He said just hold that last dot on him. And dude, the crosshairs were above his antlers.
Is that right?
Yes. It was 57-inch drop at 550. Oh my. Look at the mass on this puppy, dude. I could not get on him again once that
I like
shot,
that
dude.
one when he was totally facing away and your bullet just went right between.
I never thought in a million years I'd be sitting behind a bull like this for my first one. I couldn't ask for a better setting. Beautiful Montana. Got Rick and his dad Joe, Vern, and Matt behind the camera that got it all done. And I couldn't be any more happy. I just am so thankful for, you know, the opportunity to sit behind a bull like this. He's going to provide a lot of meat for Kristen and Mason, and we're going to get this bull loaded up, get him to the processor, and continue our hunt. It's been an absolute roller coaster. But we're not done yet. Stay tuned next week as I'm permanent camera guy for Rick. Matt's going to go with Joe, and we're going to try to get them a Montana bull elk on the ground.